Live from Philadelphia, it's me. All right, so I have a burning question for you. Can you really retire after 50? Now, few years ago, that would have been a really silly question to ask. I mean, in fact, one of my classmates actually retired at age 55. He got into computers right out of high school, and he did well for himself. But nowadays, that's not such a silly question. I mean, I see it more and more every day. People in their 50s, 60s, 70s still struggling to get by. And, I know retirement age is what, 67 now, I think. They keep, the closer I get to it, the farther they keep pushing it away. But like I said, years ago, that would have been a silly question to ask. Used to be, I mean, like, listen, I'm a veteran. I'm over 50, and I know there's a lot of veterans over 50. In fact, just regular folks over 50. I don't mean like veterans aren't regular, but just everyday people over 50. Many are struggling in this day and age, even wondering if they're going to have enough money to retire. A lot of people are stupid short of retirement at 50 and older. And like I said, years ago, it seemed like it would have been a silly question because retirement back then was built on pensions, steady jobs, and Social Security. Now, a lot of people thought, at least mistakenly, that Social Security was going to cover their full retirement, but that was never meant to be the case. Social Security was just supposed to be more of a safety net than anything. It wasn't ever meant to be your full retirement plan. But back in the day, people worked for a company, for 40 years. They got a gold watch and a kick in the butt on the way out the door. Nice little pension. See you later, alligator. You know, and that's the way it was. Things aren't quite like that nowadays. Nowadays, I mean, with layoffs, downsizing, and companies just plain shutting down. I mean, so retirement just isn't a given anymore. Like, you can retire if you can afford to live on your measly Social Security, but like I said, and some people, through their own fault, like me, did not prepare well. But I mean, I also had some things happen where I did have a 401k. It wasn't much of one. Excuse me, I got to scratch my back. It wasn't much of one, but I had something in there. But something came up and I had to take that money out. And, unfortunately, things like that happen in life. But that is life in general. I mean, life is a series of problems, okay? And it's how we solve and deal with those problems and how we get on and learn with our lives. We make mistakes, we do some smart things, maybe we do some stupid things. I've done, many of both. I think hopefully more smarter, or at least more recently smarter things. But nowadays pensions are gone, prices are still rising like crazy, and it's hard to keep up. And once you get behind the eight ball like that, and you start getting up into the 50s and 60s, your prospects of retirement just don't look that good. I mean, not in the sense that we used to think about it anyway. I mean, how many people worry about retirement? Are you worried? Anybody out there worried about their retirement? I don't know if there's anybody even near retirement age listening to me, watching me. But if anybody's out there worried about your retirement, like, deep down, are you even sure it's possible? Like, when I was 60, when I hit the age of 65, a lot of stuff happened in my life. As they say, the proverbial crap hit the fan. Well, it hit. All of a sudden, I found myself with, well, staring at the mirror, looking at a guy I hadn't. I had a girlfriend for a while, and I was hoping that I would marry her. I mean, I had met her later in life, and I really did. I thought she's the love of my life. She always will be. I mean, I may never see her again. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But that's what started this whole thing in motion. I started, when I heard that she only wanted to be my best friend, I started looking at my whole life, and all of a sudden I realized all those years of flying by the seat of my pants, and just living my life any old which old way, not putting any money away, not getting ready for retirement, really smacked me in the face. And all of a sudden, it wasn't all of a sudden. I was working 10-hour days, 7 days a week. Now I cut it down to six because 7 days just wears you out. I figured I'll just have to deal with a little bit less money, or maybe work a couple extra hours here and there to make up a little bit for it. But I mean, no one should have to work this long, this late in life. Now's the time we should be, you're supposed to be kicking back out on the golf course, playing with your grandkids, you know, going to the park, feeding the pigeons or whatever old people are supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. And well, hey, and I know that, but I know there's a lot of people in the same boat I am. I mean, think about when you picture retirement now, though. If you're thinking about retirement, are you excited about it, or are you anxious? I have some anxiety since all that stuff happening. I worried about it because I mean, no money put away, no retirement plan. There I was, staring at myself in the mirror, busting my butt every day, and looking at my retirement plan, going, "Oh my gosh, you're really supposed to put money away, aren't you?" I mean, it's not really what I thought, but I mean that's basically sort of what you get the gist of what I'm saying. Stuff happens, a lot of stuff happens, but a lot of that stuff I created myself, and I know it. And there's nothing I can do. I can't go back and change it, but you know, but I did. I busted my butt. I worked long. I worked 2 or 3 jobs. When my daughter was first born, I had 3 jobs. Actually, I was in the National Guard. I had a daytime construction job, and I was also delivering for a national pizza chain. And I was working 70 hours a week, pretty much. And that was just to keep up. That was just so I'd have, and I had a little bit of money maybe to go to movies once in a while. But in reality, you know, I wasn't really doing well. But in my head, I was like, I'm all right. Got used to working those hours, and every once in a while on a Saturday night, I have a little bit of time. I go out to a movie or go out to the bar, shoot some darts, have a couple drinks, and actually enjoy my life. Now I find myself in a position where I'm busting my butt, 70 hours a week, but I don't have the opportunity. I'm too tired to go out and do anything now. I can't even go see my grandkids because I don't have the time or energy to go see them. And it's a shame because but life throws you curveballs, and sometimes you swing and miss, and sometimes you get a hit. I'm tired of swinging and missing. But you know, reality hits you sometimes in different ways, and not everybody has the same path that I'm on. I mean, a lot of people are struggling in their over 50. I know that. I mean, there's somewhere I read somewhere where households all 40 somewhere around 45% of all American households have little or no retirement savings. Now that's could be anywhere from 25 on up. So at the younger age, it's not that worrisome. But like I said, when you start hitting 50, and all of a sudden you start seeing, you know, your retirement plan looks like this, and your bills look like this, and your future, well, no one knows how much time they have, but I mean, the clock is ticking, and it starts ticking louder and louder and louder. But if you're like me, I mean, like I felt like I did everything I could or everything I was supposed to. Now, maybe I didn't follow the exact plan you're supposed to follow, but I've never been one to follow the same, I've always wandered off the beaten path a little bit, so to speak, and sometimes it bit me in the butt, and now I got a lot of bites on my butt now because I'm feeling it big time, And I mean, listen, I after a while though, you start doubting yourself. You start thinking, maybe this is it. Maybe this is all that's left for me. Maybe I'm just destined to work till I die. You know, no retirement, just keep working. And then one day I go into work and they find me, in a parking lot somewhere in my car, just, had a, I had a heart attack or whatever. I know I'm not trying to be morbid, but things like that happen. I don't want to. I found myself in that position, and I don't want to work till the day I die. I don't want to just work, 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 work. I mean, I've been doing that enough, and um, but there is a different way forward. There's another way. I mean, with all this technology, and a lot of people say, "Oh, well, it's causing people to lose their jobs," and companies are downsizing because they've got automations, and I've seen pizza restaurants that have robotic waiters and waitresses, and I've seen, you know, well, you see, I don't know if grocery stores and all these stores have self checkout now, because why should they hire somebody to do it when they can just get the customers to do it themselves? Which I think we should get a discount for that on our stuff. But good luck with that one, right? But there is a different way. And I was lucky. I found it. I found the proven blueprint, and that's helping me, and it's helping a lot of other people see a different path and follow a different path, a better path. Because the old way, like, if I start a 401k now at 66, I mean, how much is it really going to earn by the time I retire? I mean, I'm supposed to be retired now, you know, and I'm not, because mistakes I made. But a lot of people, it wasn't their fault. They got downsized, laid off. Their company may have shut down, or they got let go for whatever reason. Maybe it was their fault, maybe not. But it doesn't matter how we got here. The fact is that we're here. But and a lot of people think, well, this is the way it is. I'm just gonna be stuck like this for the rest of my life, which is not true. You don't have to stay there. There is a way out, and I found it. I found a plan, a blueprint, whatever you want to call it. It's the Freedom Formula Blueprint, and I've been following it now. I mean, I started this business. I started in this business a little while back, and I made a lot of mistakes. I screwed up almost everything you could screw up, because I started following the instructions, and the whole thing is, the way it works is, you need to show. First of all, you got to be able to follow instructions. You got to be teachable, and you need to show up every day. Well, I showed up every day. I started following the instructions, but I wasn't being teachable or coachable, as they say, because I started looking at it and going, well, I can do this better. And then there was people beating in my ear too, like people DMing you, hey, I noticed you're in this such and such a program. And I know a lot of people are having problems with it. Now keep in mind, this is early. When I started, this was very early in the program. Too early for me even to start thinking about, changing the path or changing what I'm doing. But those voices got louder and louder every day that went by. I was getting leads, wasn't getting sales. And again, this was only a few weeks in. I started making changes. I mean, I did this, that, and the other thing. And I'm not even sure, but somehow I screwed up my emails, which is the way the business operates, mostly through emails. And there's links in the emails to get people to order. And I had the link so screwed up that when you clicked on it, it went back to the original page and not to the order page. And luckily I was lucky. My friend found that and she told me, or who knows where I'd be right now. But like I said, I made a lot of other mistakes. I ordered another program thinking it was going to help me, and I felt it was going to enhance the experience, improve my business experience. All it did was get me more confused, and I screwed up. I mean, I had the TikTok algorithm screwed up, any other algorithm I screwed up, and just I made a big mess of the whole thing. So in March of this year, I decided I need to reboot this whole thing, start from scratch. It wasn't totally from scratch. I mean, I still had the website and everything all set up, but I had to go back and undo the stuff I did and redo all the stuff. And it took me a little while. It took me a couple of weeks because again, I'm working 6 days a week. And so it doesn't leave a lot, 10-hour days, doesn't leave a lot of time or energy because you got to sleep in there somewhere. But I made the corrections. I did the things the way they said, and now I'm following it step by step. And so a lot of people say, "Oh, you haven't made any sales yet." Well, guess what? I made a lot of mistakes. So no, I haven't made any sales yet. But as I'm building this business, I see a big difference in what I was doing before and what I'm doing now. I can see I'm getting some traction. I'm getting responses to some of my content. My content's getting better. I'm actually getting some engagement, which is amazing to me because that was the problem when I wasn't getting engagement. I thought it was the program. I was blaming the program and I was blaming everything but the one thing I should have been blaming. Excuse me while I rearrange myself here. What I should have been doing is right here. This was the person to blame. Nobody else, not the program, not anybody else. It wasn't, a sign from the universe that I shouldn't be doing this. It was just me screwing everything up. But luckily for me, I was able to fix everything. And I gotta tell you what, if you can find a better opportunity than this, other than working for when you're 25 and doing like they used to do, and get that gold watch at the end of your term, the end of your and collect your pension and do that. But like I said, who has pensions anymore? I don't think any company offers a pension anymore. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I haven't worked for every company, but I don't hear you don't hear about pensions anymore. All you hear about is I hear a lot of people struggling. That's what I hear about. People my age and older, or even younger, in over 50, 60, 70. There's people out there still working. The construction job I worked at, there was an 80-year-old man. And this was back in 2000s. An 80-year-old man climbing up on scaffold, putting in drop ceilings because he didn't prepare for retirement. I mean, and that was when I was probably, you know, 50, 56. So maybe it was 10 years ago. And I still didn't do anything about my retirement plan. So I thought, well, that's him, not me. I mean, I'll win the lottery. I was playing the lottery every week. One of these weeks, I'm going to hit that big one. Yeah, right. It's funny how you talk yourself into things. But, unfortunately, sometimes when you're busting your butt and you're going along in life, you get comfortable just living that life. And then when somebody offers you something, a way to change your life and make it better, because I know I need to change something. I knew I needed to change my life before it was too late. And sometimes these people show you something, and you want to believe it, but you don't trust yourself. You don't step outside. You got to step outside your comfort zone sometimes. And I had a problem doing that at first. It took me a little while to realize that if I didn't get off my butt and change something, my butt was going to be sinking into this couch further and further. And that's not where you want to be. I got comfortable living the life I was living. Now that's different than living a comfortable life. A lot of people want to live comfortably, but a lot of people are just comfortable in the way they're living. But so let me ask you this. If there was a simple system you could follow, would you give it a shot? Would you at least read the information? Would you at least want to see the information? Because I talk to a lot of people. As I'm a ride share driver. I'm riding around and a lot of people. And again, I can tell their ages are getting up there. A lot of people struggling with money, with having no money, with no retirement plan, no backup plan. But to try to get them to just look at a simple PDF form, it takes 10 minutes to read. It seems like it's impossible. let me tell you something. Whether or not you want to look at this and whether or not you're into digital marketing or maybe it scares you, it was a little scary for me too. I admit that, yeah. But what else was I going to do? I decided to take a chance, step outside my comfort zone, and step up to the plate and start swinging for the fences. Because what else do I have? What do I have to lose? Besides, I was always pretty good at baseball. But, and here's the thing, this isn't just about the money, okay? I mean, I'm sure you want to make the money, but it's also about freeing up time, have time to do more things with your life. Like I have 3 granddaughters that I barely get to see because I don't have the time to go see them. They live, first of all, they live over an hour, a little over an hour away. So that makes it a little tougher. And when you work, I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go do my rideshare job. I mean, I start at 4:30, but by the time I get up and do all my morning rituals, a little bit of exercise, little meditation, little studying, doing, things I need to do to improve myself, eat my breakfast, get out on the road. I come home, 8, 10 hours, 11 hours later sometimes, come home and I'm just exhausted. And to drive an hour away, I mean, that's a lot to ask. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I do it when I can. And the weekends, well, I'm basically only off on Sundays, but they usually have a lot of times they have plans, especially in the summer. It's hard to like arrange everybody's schedule together. And again, being the distance is a little bit. I know it's only an hour, but um, it's just there's put it this way. This business that I started, this digital marketing business that I'm in, following this blueprint, et cetera, it's my path to my retirement, to time freedom, and to just living life the way I want to be and that I should be, the way I deserve to be. I'm 66 years old, and again, there's a lot of people my age and older who are struggling. But even people in their 50s, 60s, I mean, some people, you start hitting your 50s, you start looking at your retirement plan a little bit, and you start eyeballing a little bit different. Like when you're younger, you're like, I got a little time, but you hit that 50 mark, and it's like, wait a minute now, I'm, as they used to call it, being over the hill. I don't know what they say nowadays because I'm over the hill. And so, because it means you're on your downside of your life, well, it's not a good place to be when you don't have your retirement, together. And like they say, you better get your shit together. All right. And mine wasn't together. And it's sad, but it's true. It's not, but I'm not the only one. Like I created a lot of these problems myself. I know that. But a lot of people just, again, got down. So some people got hurt, couldn't go back to work, and sometimes their disability claims or whatever got held up, and they're just struggling. The struggle is real. I don't know how old you people are that are watching. This is meant for people over 50, especially veterans. This is who I'm gearing towards. This is who I'm talking to. But I don't know how many of you people are actually that age. I know a lot of younger folks come on and, see what I'm talking about, and they bail out because they don't want to hear a 66-year-old man complaining about his retirement plan. But hey, I'm not so much complaining as I'm trying to get the point across that if you're in that same boat as I am, where you're struggling and you can't seem to make ends meet, or you want more time with your kids, grandkids, or just time for yourself to go out and live your life your way, but you can't because you're working so many hours and you're just exhausted from doing that. There is a way out, and I can show you. All you got to do is ask me. You want to see the Freedom Formula blueprint? I'll show it to you. All you got to do is put ready in the comments. And if I don't see it right now, I will see it later and I will get back to you. I promise you that. I read everything, all the comments and everything. I may not see him while I'm on these lives because, first of all, I'm doing this StreamYard thing, which instead of the screen being this big, well, you can't really tell, but this big, the screen is actually now this big, and I have a hard enough seeing the screen when it's that size. So I'm doing the best I can. So I'm sorry if I did not acknowledge you. If you're asking me questions and I didn't get to you, I apologize. But listen, visit my YouTube channel. I've got videos that address many of the problems people over 50 are facing, whether it's retirement funds or wanting to see your grandkids, not having enough time, not having the money to make it to your pay your bills. I address these things in my videos. So visit my channel. It's Douglas underscore start fresh. And actually you can do it on my YouTube or my TikTok, whatever you call your TikTok account. Oh, I'm so bad at this. It's all this technology crap. But I may not know the terminology, but I know what I'm trying to say, and you just have to try to figure that out on your own. But listen, again, what I'm saying is this program provides you with a little bit of like I see I can see retirement now. Because I'm following this program step by step. I mean, it's a proven program. I mean, there is over 100 six-figure earners, 19 self-made millionaires. You're being taught by the 6 and 7 figure earners. The mentor, she does live trainings every week, which is amazing because you get kept up to date on all the things that are new in digital marketing. They keep you up to date on that. The rest of the training is done by video. So if you miss something, you go back and check it out. It's very good training. And there's a classroom full of resources you can check out. There is a community full of people who are ready and willing to help you out. And the great thing is, since it's a global business, almost any time of day there's somebody online in that community, some people you can ask questions to, people that are going through the same thing you're going through, or have been through it, and have maybe made the mistakes you made, or maybe have run into the problem that you're facing. It's a great thing. There's over 54,000 people in this community, and it's just amazing that these people, because there's no financial gain for them to help you. Like this isn't MLM, so it's not like there's one person at the top and there's 5,000 people below them in this big convoluted chain. You're not on your own. You own your own business, but you have that community behind you. There's a classroom full of resources. You can look up. All you got to do, you can search any topic you want and find the answer you're looking for. But if you can't, or if you do, but if you have a problem finding, like sometimes, like for me, being my age, it's a little hard for me to find some of this stuff. But I ask in the community, and someone comes, hey, all you got to do is go here, boom, I'll show you. And sometimes they just give you the link. That way you just click it, boom, and you got your answer right there. But it's a great community. And again, I challenge you to find a program that gives you 4 streams of income. They give you the products to sell. You buy a program, you buy the website. It's a one-time fee for each. One-time fee for the program, one-time fee for the website. There's no monthly fees for either one, and they show you step by step how to make all your connections, your payment gateways, your sales funnels, your email automations. And like I said, they show you step by step, and it's done by video. So if you miss something, you go back and watch again, and you'll find the answers. See, my problem was when I first started, I thought, well, I would watch the videos, pick certain spots out that I thought were the most predominant, what they really meant, and I just kind of fudged in the rest. And I made a total mess of it. But I'm back on track, so everybody don't get all upset. But so again, I mean, done for you products. master resale rights. You get 100% of the profits. Live trainings every week from our mentor, Michelle. There's live mentoring sessions you can get to. There's webinars you can invite your potential customers to so they can see how this works. And like I said, it's a one-time fee for the website. It's a one-time fee for your business. And you're learning while you have the potential to earn while you're learning, and vice versa. Goes back and forth. Most people set this up within 2 days, buy it. Some people are quick. Some people set it up within a few hours, but they just, they go, go, go. But people like me who work don't have that much time to devote to it in one day. So it took me, I'll be honest with you, working 7 days a week, it took me 2 weeks to get the whole thing set up. But I did it. It wasn't that it was hard. It's just I didn't have the time to do it all. But again, so if anybody's looking to, if you're struggling, or maybe somebody who is, maybe you've got it good. A lot of people, I see comments of, well, you should have done what I did. Well, you know what? And you're right. I probably should have done what you did, but I didn't, and I can't go back and make myself younger and go do that. So my best option is to find a better way. And I know a lot of people are against all the technology because it takes jobs away and all these other things. But with every time something changes, and you might think something bad comes out of it, there's always a good part. You just have to look for it. And see this digital marketing program that I'm in, and there's a few of them. I haven't checked them all out, but I don't think there's a better one on the market, to tell you the truth. I haven't tried them all because, obviously I'm not made of money. I can't buy into every program. But for my money, for what I get, I mean, this fits around my lifestyle. I can do it. It's basically you get your income earning activities, as they say, done in a couple 3 hours a day. I haven't gotten it down to the 2 hour day thing yet, but I see how you can do it. You got to streamline things. You do things. It's just like when you start a new job, you don't know the ropes yet, so you don't have to do it. You're not going to be as efficient as a person who's training you to do that job. Once you learn the ropes and get a little bit under your belt, then things start unfolding faster. But until then, it's a learning curve. I'm learning as I'm going. And I got to say, without this program, I don't know where I'd be. Again, I screwed it up. I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm back on track and I'm building something for me around my life, and I'm building something for my future. I feel good about it. I do. I feel good about it. But if anybody here is worried about their retirement, you should just check it out. I'm not asking you to buy anything. All I'm doing is saying, you want to take a look? Put ready in the comments. Put yes in the comments. Put, hey, I'm interested in the comments. And I'll tell you how to get your copy of the blueprint that I'm following. It's called the Freedom Formula Blueprint. And it's an introduction to the Legacy Builders program. It explains the program far more detail than I can tell you because I can't remember all those things. I do know that, like I said, the great thing about it is you can do it at your pace. You can do it around your schedule. And when you do it right, you free up your time to see your kids, your grandkids, your family, or just live your life your way. So if anybody's interested, please feel free. I'll give you the guide. All you got to do is tell me you're looking for it. And please like and subscribe to my channel, please. I need all the love I can get. Okay, I'm joking around. I mean, I really do need all the love I can get, but I'm having a little fun here. I have a weird sense of humor. I know it, and I'm probably boring the hell out of a lot of people, but that's okay because that's just me. Anyway, my whole spiel was, the whole idea of this was just to tell people, I'm just trying to let people know that if you're over 50 and you're worried about your retirement and you're not sure you're going to be able to retire because whatever your reason for being in a situation you're in, everybody's got their own way to get there. Some people got laid off, some people got downsized, some people's companies just shut down, which is a shame because, you know, when we were younger, we saw on TV and all, movies and stuff, the people working all their lives at one company and, they get rewarded with a pension. They go off and, they go buy a ranch and they go live on a ranch for the rest of their lives and raise horses or whatever they do. But, that lifestyle, that stuff just, that's an anomaly, if anything, nowadays, because there's no pensions. At least very. If there are, there's not many companies that offer it anymore because people. It's been laid in the lap of the people, the working people now, and I get why they did it. They did it like that. Companies probably figure, why should I keep paying this guy? He's not even work here anymore. But listen, I've helped too many other people, too many companies build their dreams, the owners of the companies. I've helped at least 5 managers at Domino's build their dreams, 5 owners build their dreams, build their nest egg, and help them to retire. And not single-handedly, but I was a part of their, it not just the Domino's, but other companies like the company I'm working for now, Uber. I should I'll bleep that out later out of the video. I don't like to mention the company's names, but the rideshare company I'm working for, I'm helping build there. I mean, they've already got an empire, but I'm definitely contributing to their retirement fund or their dream. I'm tired of doing it for somebody else. It's time I start doing it for me, and this program's helping me. I hope y'all have a great night. I hope y'all. If you're struggling, I hope you find a way to stop struggling. If you want to check out the blueprint, let me know. Please check out my YouTube channel, Douglas_Start Fresh. And check out my TikTok, whatever it's called, channel, my TikTok. I don't even, and you know what? I don't even know what it's called. Doug_Start Fresh is my TikTok handle. So go check my videos out. Maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't. But at least take a look and show me some love. I'll show you something back. Anyway, I hope you all have a great night. I hope I was able to teach you something. I hope I was not incoherent. If I was, I'll just let you know, I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. So this is just the way I am. So have a great night. I love you all. Peace out.